Two teams that have not performed up to expectations faced off last night. That is Philadelphia and the Celtics. And Ime Udoka had something really interesting to say about this particular matchup over the years. Here is what he said, quote, talking about the Celtics. They talked about it before realizing I was going to Philadelphia and made some jokes like, we got mind control over Philly. And Philly said the same thing when I was there. Well, regardless of who's got mind control over who, like Debo, they faced off yesterday, and it was the Celtics who got the better of the Sixers in this low-scoring affair. What do you think about this game in Boston?
I think my brother Ime, friend of the show, my former teammate, his better half is Nia Long. So it's only right that he knows about mind control and Debo. How many times you think, like us, he's seen that movie? Like everybody else has watched the movie. He gets a chance to actually be with her on a day-to-day basis. In all honesty, these were two teams, Jacoby, that were like ascending to be in pole position the next few years about who was gonna win the East and alternate. And then all of a sudden, the Raptors go and win the championship and add Kawhi. The Raptors win the championship. The Heat win the East. The Nets add a big three. The Bucks win the championship. And both of these teams are like soul searching right now. And so for the Celtics, I bet when they were in their locker room last night, they said, if we're gonna win, this is how it has to be. Playing defense, in particular against a big dominant guy like Joel Embiid can be. Jason Tatum was terrific offensively, scoring the ball. He also had a career high in rebounds. They played terrific on-ball D, help side D. They contested the Sixers. And Tatum, when he's efficient as the go-to guy, it just looks a lot different offensively. Now, defensively, if you can put the clamps and boxes and elbows on Joel Embiid like they did and frustrate him to, I believe, his worst field goal percentage shooting game of the season, it has me looking at Philadelphia's future, and I'm like, Ben Simmons' sabotage tactic for the Sixers is working.
It's working.
They're not getting no closer. They're getting further away. Joel just missed a ton of games with COVID, nothing he can control. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that mix of Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers and Elton Brand and like how this collection is going to be basically together and is considered some of the best at what they do, how they now fix this Ben Simmons trade narrative so they can actually have somebody in uniform being productive on the floor.
This Sixers team was the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference last year, and they look nothing like that now. And again, you mentioned Embiid did deal with COVID. He had a tough bout of COVID, but 3 for 17, 3 buckets for Joel Embiid against a Celtics team that is not necessarily known for their front court defense. Really interesting game last night and very low scoring. You don't see a lot of 88, 87 games in the Eastern Conference.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.